Welcome to a community update from the Department of Senior Affairs. I'm your host, Ed Nunez, and today's topic is Primetime 50 Expo. The show topic is Primetime Publishing. With us to discuss that is Dave Woodward, publisher of Primetime Publishing. Dave, we got to get right to it. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you for having me, Ed.
No, you've mentioned some experience you had with the journal. We'll get into that if we have time. But This Primetime Expo that you've been putting on, I believe you said for 16 years?
No, this is our 19th year.
19?
Yes.
Okay, so I had the 6 backwards. Right. So it's actually 19. And it's an important event. You know, it's October 8th, so we want to get right to it. You are the owner of Primetime Publishing. Tell us about your company and the magazine Primetime, which has been in circulation. You'll tell us that too.
Yeah, actually, Primetime, the monthly, the magazine, has been around since 1992. I became the publisher and owner in July of 2010. And it comes out the first of every month, and we target it at the age 55 and up. And it's a fantastic magazine, free publication, available at all your Smiths and Albertsons and Whole Foods type locations, as well as city libraries and hospitals, clinics. It's all over town.
Senior centers as well, right?
Senior centers as well.
I know I've seen it at North Valley and up at Manzano, where I'm going to be. So, wow. Okay, again, targeted for 55 plus. What is the Primetime 50 Plus Expo that we have been hearing about? And you mentioned a couple of things about it. It's going to be a great event, the 19th year. First, where will the event take place, which is always very important. Where will the event take place? The
event is going to be at the Embassy Suites Convention Center in their biggest ballroom. In fact, we have the whole area back in that north side. So, you know, last year we had about 1,200 people come through. It gets pretty crowded. The parking lots fill up quite a bit. But fortunately, we have a great partnership with the Department of Senior Affairs, and they're going to be shuttling people in to and from all the senior centers in town, free of charge. So if you don't want to drive down, you just go to your nearest senior center and hop on one of their shuttle vans.
Yeah, and as you mentioned, all our senior centers will be providing transportation to that. Now, at this event, what is, you mentioned the date and the time, which is October. You want to go ahead and talk about that? I think you did mention that. Date and time of the event?
Yeah, it's going to be Wednesday, October 8th. It begins at, the doors will open at 9 a.m. and we'll go from 9 to 3. And it's, like I say, mentioned earlier, it's free to the public. We'll have a free continental breakfast sponsored by Sandia Hearing Aids. And, you know, the whole event is a huge event. And I want to put a shout out there for Blue Cross Blue Shield, who is our featured sponsor. And the person I work with there, Joe Tillotson, has just been a wonderful person as far as coordinating all of the health screenings and things that we're going to have there, because we have a number of different things, including free flu shots.
Which at this time of year, Dave, is very important. We're entering into the fall-winter season, and flu shots, they're already advertising those at Walgreens and every place else, so free flu shots. And the event itself
is free.
We're going to keep harping on that, because
it's free.
You know, you're getting a lot here.
I'm getting a lot of phone calls at the office. Where do I sign up? How much is it going to be? And I need to get that word out that it is a free event.
Boy, that's
Thank
really
you to
important.
the sponsors, yes.
Give us some history behind this event. How many years has this event, you mentioned that, been taking place? Now, I guess the inception of this event, how did it get started?
Well, it started 19 years ago with the original owner of Primetime Monthly, and it's moved around since then. It's been at Winrock Center at one time. It's moved around in different hotel convention centers, and it's always featured, we aimed at the 50 plus, 55 and up crowd.
Okay, so you were at Winrock at one time too.
Long time ago. I personally wasn't there, but the event was.
Wow, because Winrock going through their own revitalization itself. That has a lot of history. So the event's been around. That tells you how long the event's been around. Well, when they walk in, okay, because I remember, what can they expect to see? Now you've got health screenings, you've got all kinds of different things. So now booths, vendors. What can people expect to see when they walk into the ballroom? What can they expect to see?
The minute you walk in, the main entrance for the event is coming in from the west doors, the northwest doors. And depending on what time they come, they'll be greeted with either a continental breakfast, drinks, coffee, juice, or in the afternoon, if they come in the afternoon, there'll be afternoon snacks, all free of charge. They can stop by our registration booth. We don't require a registration, but stop by and get a free goodie bag. We'll give them a bag for the event to put different items in the bag as they go through from vendor to vendor, as well as there will be several items in the bag already. We have over 75 vendors that participate in this thing. We sell out every year. It's a very popular event, so they can go from vendor to vendor and get all their questions answered. Every health insurance provider in town is going to be part of this show, as well as senior living places. We have Four Seasons sunrooms. How to, they can remodel your bathroom, maybe with a walk-in bathtub or what have you. We have equipment. A&R Medical will be showing up with their medical equipment that they offer, but they can answer any questions that you have. So it's a great event from that standpoint. We have speakers. Speaker series start at 9:30 in the morning. We have a speaker from that'll discuss Medicare. We have a speaker that'll discuss reverse mortgages. We have a speaker who specializes in finance for seniors, senior financial advice, as well as we have an orthopedic doctor who's going to be speaking about hip replacements and knee replacements and different things like that.
So you're running the gamut here: nutrition, financial, health.
You bet.
So,
anything, yeah.
And
it's like taking your car in for the 60,000-mile checkup. When you
Wow.
come out, you're going to be feeling good.
How much is it?
It's free.
We're going to say that at least 2 more times before this is over. How many people are you expecting this year, and what makes this event? So you mentioned some of the appeal,
Yeah.
but how many people? Again, I can I've been there a couple of times, probably 4 or 5 times,
Yeah.
and it's always a very crowded event. And the Embassy Suites is a very great location to have it. There's no doubt about that. Right. So how many people are you expecting, Dave? And I don't know if you can talk about any more appeal that you already mentioned. So anyway, how many people would you expect?
We're hoping to get between 800 and 1,200 again. We had 1,200 people come through the doors last year, and again, I want to thank with the addition of the Department of Senior Affairs offering to shuttle people in, because it's amazing how many people call up and ask, where is the Embassy Suites? And, after giving them the directions to get there, I'll always tell them, or you can go by a senior center and take a shuttle down, and they love that idea. So they'll go to the senior center and grab a shuttle and come on down.
And, there's, again, all our centers will be providing transportation to and from, which makes it, like you said, a more convenient, accessible. Just go to the center and let us do the driving. It's a lot easier. You'll be having health screening, entertainment activities, exhibitors, and information booths. I think you did talk about how many they offer and how can people benefit from attending the event. I think you mentioned some of that too. Anything else we missed there?
Well, yeah,
talked about that.
The entertainment's going to be huge this year. We have the Watermelon Mountain Jug Band, who's been around forever.
How long have they been around?
Oh my God, I can't even remember.
I remember listening to them at least 25 years ago.
I'm sure. And they have their own following, and they're a pretty big group. And they actually called me up and said, we really want to play for this group, this senior group. And I says, great, let's work something out. So they're going to be on board they're going to play from noon to 1. And, they usually play for a couple hours. They do several sets. But when they condense it into 1 hour like that, she guaranteed me it's going to be a great show.
Like I said, Dave, I'd still remember. I mean, sure, they've had some members change over the years, but they've been around a long time.
Absolutely.
So that's just one of the groups that's going to be performing. Right. And we mentioned sponsors are important for large events such as this. You mentioned Blue Cross Blue Shield. Can you talk a little bit about the sponsorship of this year's event and how someone might become a sponsor? You're probably always looking for new ones or different ones for next year. Anything you want to say about that?
Our sponsors have been great, and they've been with us for many years. Blue Cross Blue Shield, when they made the purchase of the Loveless insurance program, they took over that sponsorship because it used to be Loveless sponsored. But Blue Cross Blue Shield has been wonderful through this with Joe Tillinson working. She's been really pouring her heart into it. She arranged all the health screenings and everything for me, so that worked out really well. In addition to that, we have Stryker Orthopedics as one of our sponsors, a longtime sponsor. Sandia Hearing Aids sponsors our continental breakfast that we put out in the morning for everybody, which goes quite quickly.
I'm sure.
When it's free.
Oh, yeah.
Because how much does it cost?
It's free. It's free.
Yes.
Yeah. No cost at all. Yeah.
That's right.
And we'll hit that again one more time, too.
And then Isleta Casino and Resorts is a sponsor of ours. They sponsor our bags, our goodie bags, and, of course, the Department of Senior Affairs.
Wow, that's quite, again, a lot of sponsors there. So, again, if anybody's interested, they can always talk to you at the Expo.
Contact me,
October 8th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the NBC Suites. Free, free, free. Well, get that again one more time. And you mentioned how we can get to the Expo. Dave, if you have people have any questions regarding the Expo, who should they contact?
Contact me directly. 880-0470. Give me a call. I'll be more than happy to answer any questions they may have.
Dave, one more question, and this one's not on here, but you worked for the Journal for years, I believe, and we were just talking about some old Journal writers, George Baldwin, Carlos Salazar, and you were under the same umbrella when you were the Journal and the Tribune, and of course the Trib has been defunct since 2006, I believe. But what made you go branch out to Primetime Expo or Primetime Publishing?
Primetime Publishing.
What,
yeah.
what was it that made you do that, or what was the hook there?
What was the hook? Well, the business has changed, and every company is going in different directions, and the print business has really changed, and trying to reach different markets, and it's just it's a decision that we just had to try to look at different opportunities, and this opportunity was presented to me, and I think I had to jump on it.
And so 55 plus it appeals to the magazine is for, right?
Absolutely, yes.
And
pick one up.
How's it been?
It's been fantastic. I couldn't be more pleased. The magazine is very popular. We have a great readership base. We run out of papers every month because it's a free publication. And
another free thing.
Another free thing. And like I said, we print over 22,500 every month, and they're all gone.
Wow, very interesting. Dave Revord, anything else about the Expo? Anything else you want to tell people about? We told them where. We told them what date. We said it was free. Mention it one more time.
It's free. It's a free publication. Come on, it's going to be a lot of fun. And look for me. I'll be the tall guy running around in a suit, probably the only one in a suit, and I'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have.
October 8th, 9 a.m. to 3 p.m. at the Embassy Suites, a free event, the Expo that's been held for 19 years now. If you need assistance for transportation, please visit one of our 8 senior centers. Thanks to Dave Revord for joining us today, the publisher of Primetime Publishing. Thanks so much for being our guest.
Thank you for
bet.
having me. Mm-hmm.
For the Department of Senior Affairs, I'm Ed Nunez.